Captain Dean Show.
Welcome back to another episode of the Captain Dean Show. On this episode, I'm talking about one of my favorite bases I ever got and painted. I'm talking about the P base. It is a 2004 Squire Affinity. You'll hear this a lot. I found this on Marketplace. You'll hear that a lot too. And I got this base, I think, for a whopping $75. And it was in outstanding condition. The neck was perfect. I didn't have to do pretty much anything to it. I did do the cleaning and the adjustment just to make sure it was, set and comfortable and everything. But my vision when I purchased this base, of course, was to do this. Coming off of doing the pink monster right here, the pickguard really inspired me to do more custom pickguard type stuff. This base originally was a wine red or just that dark red color with a white pickguard, and I actually got it off of a guy in Cave City, Kentucky, which is about 30 minutes north of where I live right now. And I was shocked at how cheap he was selling it for, and once I got there to pick it up, I was very impressed with how great the condition was in. I think it had a sticker right here that said Ole Red. Which I thought was hilarious. But I did not want to keep it that dark red color. I immediately wanted to go with this. The purpose, as also the pink one, of course, the Mark Hoppus inspired. Everybody who's a Blink fan knows that Mark played an AOL Sessions performance online or whatever, and he had a yellow Mark Hoppus signature base with a white marine pickguard. And from what I've read or whatever I've come across, like, he wasn't a big fan of that base. I think that was kind of a one and done thing for him, if I'm not mistaken. But I went with yellow to represent that connection to Mark Hoppus's yellow AOL session base. But I called it the P base because I'm mentally 15 years old and everything is funny. So it is, again, stock pickups. I didn't do anything but clean it up and paint it. So the most noticeable thing, of course, to everyone that sees this is the pickguard. Also inspired by Jim Madison, Connie Collingsworth, the Print Mafia thing. They do these collage things, and coming off of the monster base, I had never really done a collage before. Like, a lot of my friends did in like high school in the 90s. That was a big thing. And so this pickguard is just stickers directly on it. And then this one, I was like, well, what if I created some sort of collage on a very thin piece of paper, this being a strip of Mylar, like clear film, and that way it's loose, it's got wiggle room, and can be, basically it's super thin, and that way the stickers didn't have like thickness and everything when they overlap. And the other good thing about this is that the idea to put a clear acrylic on top of it, it basically creates like that glass table kind of effect. So the stickers don't get affected at all when I'm playing because they're underneath the clear pickguard, which I thought was just a super cool idea. So that's what I did, and it is a mixture of things that I love. You've got skateboarding, SpongeBob, you've got tacos, you've got Thrasher and Coffin Curse Records. I'm a big fan of all the bands that were on Coffin Curse Records out of Knoxville. Knee-high grape label is right there. My favorite little buddy here, the Do Not Freeze, I put that on there. I got this sticker at the Ron John surf shop in Panama City Beach. If it swells, ride it. Words to live by. Vans, of course. Blink 182 right there. I found a cool scorpion to put on here since I'm a Scorpio. I thought that was cool. Of course, you see a lot of variety in the skateboarding world. I've got, of course, my love for the Misfits and, Bones and Santa Cruz and all the, just again, the skateboarding. I'm a terrible skateboarder, but I'm fascinated with the world of it. I think it's just super cool of its own. This one is cool to me. This is one of my favorite local bands from where I live. This is Dos Cobras, and they put out an album. I think it was their fourth album that came out, and they made a sticker, and it was very, I don't know how to describe that, retro or whatever the world that terminology is, but anyway, to have a sticker of those two guys, I thought was super cool. So I put them on here just because I absolutely love this band. They're very inspiring. I've known JD and Josh for a long time, and around the time I was putting this bass together, they were playing a lot of shows. We played a couple shows together, and I just thought, of all the local bands that I know and love, who would I want to be featured on a bass that I'm going to play a lot? And I couldn't think of a better band. My dear friend Cindy gave me this sticker, which I thought was hilarious and perfectly fit right there. And I love the cactus look against the yellow. So anyway, I could go on and on about that, but it's just a cool collage of a variety of well-known skateboarding things, pop culture, and actually some local artists are featured on here. And I don't know, it's just really cool. So that's the P bass.
This 2004 Squire Affinity was originally wine red with a white pickguard. The headstock just required a little bit of cleaning when I got it, and a small adjustment on the truss rod on the inside of the neck to straighten it out a little bit. There were a few dents and dings when I got it, and I'm sure I've added some more to it. All in all, this is exactly how I bought it. This enamel pin I got from Butch and Sissy. A few pins I had purchased, but that was the first one I saw from them that I just had to have. If anything in this world I can relate to, it's that. When I used to paint outside, it was a dice roll every time because getting bugs stuck on the paint and causing me to have issues were not very uncommon, but this base was completely finished. I just put the last coat of paint on it when that happened. This was caused from a bug flying into the paint and got so buried deep into it, I had no choice but to let it dry. And then I peeled it off and gave it a nice little scuff mark. The paint was not clear coated. This is yellow paint direct onto the body. This is actually the second pickguard I've had on this. The story is we were on stage playing a show in Morgantown, Kentucky. I tripped over a cable at the front of the stage, fell backwards. The bass landed hard onto the stage to my right, and it broke the cable connected to the input jack and broke the pickguard off. When I was beginning the thought process of building this bass, I already had most of these stickers, and I'd already begun laying out the idea of what would go where. And this was pretty much the vision I had in my mind once I started to assemble everything. The stickers were basically put on top of a clear piece of Mylar film and cut it out to shape of the pickguard. And by adding the clear acrylic pickguard to the top, they are pretty well protected. The Ron John Surf Shop sticker was actually one of the last things I added to it. I picked that up while we were in Panama City on Christmas vacation. The rest of this was pretty much already assembled. That is a cartoon version of my friend Gary, who was once in the band Gravel and Spiders, and they put out a sticker with the four of them in cartoon form. And he's a good friend and a great bass player, so I featured him on here. The Blink sticker was added in reference to this bass color and tribute to Mark Hoppus for the AOL sessions. And of course, I love Blink 182, so why not? Hi, I'm Dean. I'm a Scorpio, and I like long walks on the beach. If you don't know who Dos Cobros is, I highly recommend you look them up and check them out. The Panther and the Scorpion are artwork that came from a local artist named Jane Wolfe. I'm a big fan of her work. The Godzilla sticker is from a local artist named Beckley. He had an incredible art show one night at Tidballs, and I acquired this and cut it out and put it in here. My dear friend Cindy gave this to me. This was added about a year or so after I had already painted it. She gave me this sticker and I didn't really know what to do with it, and then one day I held it up against this and said that's the perfect spot. So there you go. The Captain Dean P bass. This is the original pickguard. You can see where it cracked, and the cable actually in the input jack is what broke this so badly. When I fell, I pulled a cord so hard that it just literally cracked the tailpiece off of this. I thought that was kind of cool when I originally got this to take some sandpaper and steel wool to kind of give it more of a fog look. So in a way, I was kind of glad that I bought the other one to put on it, because I didn't do that, and therefore the stickers were easier to see without being frosted.
I also found the strap at Guitar Center. I actually purchased this strap at the same time that I got the strap off number 3 and the pinky. I just thought the checkerboard pattern was cool, and when I came across this one, I thought it would just match really good with this particular bass. Also, talking about Print Mafia, Connie Collingsworth was part of that with Jim Madison. She split off to kind of do her own thing, and they were making these enamel pins, and I just had to have the beginner adult pin. That was when the minute I saw that, I was like, I have to have that, because that's 100% me. So I got that pin at a Pride festival that they had a booth set up at, and it was cool. But this is my 2004 Squier Affinity P bass. So there you have it, the P bass, episode number 4. Love this thing. It plays great, and I actually played it at rehearsal recently, and of course they're mowing, because every time I try to do one of these, there's somebody in the area doing something. I consider these two to be basically cousins or something like that. They were kind of made together at around the same time frame, so it's not unusual if I play a show and take 2 basses that I will take these two together and use them. They feel exactly the same. They play exactly the same, and there you go. P bass.
Do 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 do. Do 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 ba do 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 ba do 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 boo boo ba ba da ba 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 do 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 ba one ba 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 da ba ba da 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 ba ba da ba ba da ba ba do 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 ba 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 do 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 ba do 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 ba do 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 ba do 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 boo boo ba ba da ba 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 do 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 ba one ba 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 da ba ba da 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 ba ba da ba ba da ba ba do 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 ba 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 do 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 ba do 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 do